It is Thursday, June 1st, and this thing has made its reappearance. No way May is over. Nope, I'm not ready for that yet. Stay tuned at the end of the video and watch me do my weigh-in. I need a little more time. Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday.
Hi guys, I made it just in time.
I just wanted to kind of explain that opening video a little bit and why I'm waiting a little bit longer to weigh in. First of all, Mike did weigh in on the 1st of June.
Woo!
And he was actually down, right?
I was. What did you say my starting weight was? Because I don't remember.
It was 157.8. Yeah.
And I was 155 when I weighed in on June 1st. So I actually lost almost 3 pounds over the course of the entire month.
Yeah, and being on vacation. Yeah.
And also, I think I told you this, but when I went back to work on Tuesday, somebody made a comment that, they poked their head in my office because I hadn't been there for so long. And they said, "Hey, welcome back." And then they kind of looked at me like, "Did you lose some weight while you were on vacation?" And I'm like, "I don't know, might have."
Yeah. So I chose not to weigh in on the 1st. And the reason being, you guys know that I went off plan.
See?
That was part of it.
I figured.
Guys, I really struggled with No Way May. I'm not going to lie.
But we were gone for so long. How did you even have time to think about it?
No, my struggle was, like, at the beginning of the month, knowing I didn't have to weigh in, I ate more things than I should have. I ate off plan more than I should have. Knowing I don't have to face the scale, I tend to be more lax with my diet.
I thought you did good. I really did, because on vacation, you went off plan like one whole day, which was our anniversary, but only one other meal. You did phenomenal.
We put in over 4,500 miles driving.
4,512, if you want to know exactly.
How many hours was it? Like over 80 hours?
It was like 83 hours
83
total.
hours of driving. And I could feel it. My fingers were like sausages. I kept telling Mike I couldn't make a fist with my hand.
Yeah.
And like normally my feet, I can see the veins in them.
She has very small feet.
Yeah. The only part of me that's small. I don't understand that. But you can see even right now, you see the veins.
Right.
When we were traveling, I could not even see the veins in my feet and everything was so puffy and swollen. So the last thing I wanted to do was come home, only be home for a day, jump on the scale, and because of inflammation and everything else, just be up. I feel like that would have been a discouragement.
Probably. You also got to keep in mind too, we were sitting a lot.
Well, that's part of the inflammation. That's part of the inflammation.
Yeah. And it was hot.
Right.
And heat makes you swell. We were in the 80s and 90s for most of that trip.
Now, that being said, I have been sitting out all week since we got back for about an hour just trying to get my vitamin D in. In the morning before it gets super hot, like between 9 and 10 o'clock, I try to get out, get some sun, soak in that vitamin D. So that's been part of my regimen since I've been back. But starting on Tuesday, when we got home, Monday was, a travel day still. So Tuesday was our first full day back. I have been clean and on plan all week.
Well, not only that, but you also...
And I can feel the difference just being home. Joe and Rachel from Two Crazy Ketos always suggest after you've been traveling to give your body a week before you get on the scale. So that is just what I chose to do. Monday will be like my normal Monday weigh-in. Yeah. I'm just postponing getting on it immediately as soon as we got back because we got back on the 29th and then to turn on and weigh in like 2 days later, I just wasn't ready for it. So that being said, at the end of this video, you will see me get on the scale. I have no idea what has happened over the course of May, but we're going to find out together.
Get your bets in now.
We're going to find out together. So Mike is getting ready to leave. He is going on a golf trip. It is 10 o'clock. He's leaving within the next hour. My granddaughters are supposed to be arriving here soon, so that's why we're trying to do this super quick. Let me just tell you that in the past, what I've done when Mike goes on his golf trip is have all out binge fest eating.
Well, yeah, didn't you and Mary used to do like you'd spend like a night or a weekend or something
We'd take the whole weekend while he was away and we would go to Walmart or wherever. We'd spend $100 easy, and that was before the inflation, on every kind of junk food you can imagine. Anything that is in your mind, I'm sure we bought it. We would set up a table in the
I couldn't wait to get home from my golf trip with all those goodies.
We would set up a table in the living room and we would pile it high so that we didn't even have to like get up except to go get ice cream because that was in the freezer. Yeah. And we would binge watch something on TV like all weekend, and we would literally eat nonstop junk food for the entire weekend. That is what we did. That was kind of like a traditional thing that we did every time he went out of town. So we can't be doing that. So what I'm doing is, I went grocery shopping yesterday because I hadn't been to the store since we got back from our trip, and I got some things, and I stayed up late last night and I meal prepped food for myself for the whole weekend. My intention is just to stay busy.
It's just to do the normal thing.
Well, stay busier, because if I am here not doing anything and just sitting around, my mind is going to go towards the snacks. It is just, it's like almost programmed in because we did that for so long that if I'm just sitting here idle, not doing anything, I'm going to want a snack. So I need to stay busy. I'm watching the girls for a while today. I have to help Mike's mom and dad over the weekend because he's going to be gone. So I'll be doing that more than normal. And I'm just going to work a ton because I've been off work for 13 days.
And we're broke. We
spent a lot of money.
We forgot to tell you that. We're broke.
Yeah. So my plan for the weekend is to stay on plan eating because I've had a great week so far, and just to stay busy. If I stay busy, I'm not thinking about snacking. So I will show you over the course of this weekend some of the food that I meal prepped, but I made hard-boiled eggs. I made chicken and noodles, hamburgers, just super, everything's pre-made, so all I have to do is heat it up. I do have a birthday party to go to on Saturday, and my intention is to eat before I go. That way I can eat something very clean and I don't have to worry about what's at the party.
And you'll be fine.
I also prepped one creamy for myself for the weekend. I made an apple pie creamy. I was watching a video from Two Queens Go Keto, and Robin was just raving about apple pie with peanut butter mixed in. And you guys know how I love peanut butter, so I got some peanut butter because I haven't had any in the house.
Wow, yeah.
I just have to stay out of it, except to mix it into my creamy. But that way I can treat myself to one thing over the weekend.
Yeah.
So that is my plan for the weekend, and then I will weigh in for you guys on Monday, regardless of what that scale says after, 6?
I mean, you got to get on it eventually. You can't just keep avoiding it.
I know,
but get back into the routine.
It'll have been 6 weeks, and I just have no clue where I'm at. So stay tuned at the end of this video for that.
Now, do you want to know what my plan is for the weekend? Never mind, we're not even going to go there. It's a golf weekend.
Yeah, it's a golf trip.
We're going to be in Amish country, which means a lot of home-cooked,
like baked
fresh
goods,
baked from scratch types of foods. And
Mike will be weighing in on Monday.
I will.
So he's going to have to, like, we know right now he's at 150. What did you say?
I was at 155 yesterday when I weighed.
Even?
Yeah, it was 155. Even.
Oh, okay. So he's at 155 now. So you will see at the end of this video the damage he does over the weekend.
Well, so yesterday at work, I mean, it was busy again, so I didn't eat a lot. I had some, I had a beef stick, I had a couple cheeses, a couple of those little keto cookies that we have, and I drank an electrolyte. And that was all I had for lunch. And when I came home last night, I had 2 hamburgers with cheese and Primal Kitchen. That was what I had. So, I mean, I'm doing well as well this week. I have not gone off plan this week at all either. And I got up this morning, you made me a shake. You made me a keto chow shake. So I had that for breakfast this morning. I am going to go off plan a couple times because that's what we do on this golf trip. But like you, we would just pound down all the garbage.
Yeah.
And a lot of us don't, even the guys that aren't, doing keto, they don't do that as much anymore because we just don't do it. They don't drink like they used to, if at all, and we don't eat as much junk food. There's still going to be junk food. But to be honest with you, I generally don't eat a ton of it now because...
Are you taking any keto?
So I was thinking about that. I'll probably take a few things. I mean, you bought stuff for you, and I'll take a few. I'm not going to bog myself down with them.
Yeah.
And I'll take my water enhancer so that I can drink water because I love that. So I would rather drink water like that.
He has found that when he does drink the soda, it doesn't make him feel good.
No. For the satisfaction that you get for those first few drinks that, we're like, oh man, this really tastes good. In the long run, and if I drink excessively, it doesn't make me feel good, and eventually it just doesn't even taste good.
Yeah.
So I don't plan on doing real bad.
So that's just a quick update, our plan for the weekend. I will share some things along the course of the weekend with you in this video, and then at the end of this video, you will get our Monday final end of No Way May.
Well,
the
yours.
Official.
Mine already did.
Yeah,
mine
technically, but
we'll see what happens with me after the weekend.
We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
So just very quickly, this is the chicken and noodles that I made. It was chicken cooked in the crock pot with 1 packet of savory chicken keto chow, and then the egg life wraps cut up into noodles. I have some bacon I'm going to have with that, and then I made myself an iced coffee with heavy whipping cream, a chocolate element, and my collagen powder. This gives you an up close of what a bite looks like. It's about 8 p.m. and we've had a small change of plans. I know that I meal prepped a ton of food for this weekend so that I could eat at home, but my daughter asked if I would like to get dinner with her tonight. And when your adult children ask you if you want to have dinner with them, it's very hard to say no. So I'm headed to my house right now to pick her up, and we are going to go, I believe, to Chick-fil-A. My plan is to have a grilled chicken salad there. So I'm going to stay on plan, but going out to eat. Hey guys, it's Saturday night and I have a guest. This is my daughter, Mary. For anybody who's new here, she is 20 years old and she is getting married in December. She will be 21 by then, so I guess it's okay.
Didn't you get married at 21? No, you got married at 22.
Yeah, I think I was a little bit older, but not much. We actually went shopping. We got her some shoes. Yeah, shoes for the wedding. And we went and had dinner. Mary's not keto. She doesn't follow a ketogenic lifestyle, but she has been doing like a lot of research lately, just in preparation for maybe like starting her family down the road, trying to be a healthier version of herself so that she can pass that health on to her kids when the time comes. And in the process of that, she has been doing a lot of reading and actually found out that a lot of what we are doing in this keto community is the right thing to do, basically. So obviously she's not pregnant. That is not what this is about. Our gynecologist left her practice, and so we've been in the process of like trying to find a new doctor. Since she was finding a new doctor anyway, she was looking for one that could also do like deliveries and such down the road when that time came. And she went and talked to a midwife and they recommended this book. So she's just been kind of reading it. If you want to talk about it a little bit.
Like she said, because I had to find a new doctor anyway, I really wanted to find somebody that was going to be with me in the long term and that I could start building a relationship with now and who would know me and my body by the time the time came for me to actually start having kids. I had like slightly been like hearing things, seeing things online about, you know, really like traumatic labor and delivery situations, especially in hospitals, and like hospitals doing things against women's wishes and just a lot of stuff like that.
What? Doctors not doing what you want them to? That doesn't make any sense at all.
Right. So it had just kind of piqued my interest. Hadn't really thought much about it until this doula came into my job one day and just started talking about stuff. And I was like, whoa, I was just like starting to like learn about this. So I talked to her. She gave me some midwife recommendations. And I just kind of went down this rabbit hole basically of like finding out that there are a lot of things about pregnancy and labor and delivery that are really outdated. And really things that are not the best practice.
Kind of like our nutrition information.
Yeah, like they're just not the best practices and they end up causing more complications than they fix and just, you know, a lot of those types of things. So yeah, like she said, I met with these midwives and, you know, we had some really great conversation. I connected really well with them. And basically they said at this point, like what they wanted to do was just give me a bunch of resources to really learn and understand what is going to be good for me and my body now to prepare it for conception later on down the road. The number one book that they recommended 2 books, but the first one that they were like, this one is a must read, is this Real Food for Pregnancy by Lily Nichols. She is pretty well known for her first book that she wrote, which was Real Food for Gestational Diabetes, but they said that this one is a really, really good one for pregnancy, but also like not even necessarily just pregnancy. I'm only through chapter 1. I've read the foreword, the introduction, and chapter 1. Like my mom was saying, there is so much overlap.
It mirrors. I mean, I haven't read it, so I can't say, you know, for sure. But from what she's told me, it mirrors a lot the lifestyle that we follow. So
it does, like so much. And this is not a keto book at all. It doesn't claim to be. It does mention ketosis in there at least once and low carb, but like it's not a keto book. Just a lot of the thought process and like ideology really aligns like crazy with
They talk about high fat, low carb, low grains,
high salt. But so far it's really, really good. And there's more in it too than just food stuff. There's, you know, exercise, stress management, recipes. It's really, really interesting. And so far I'm really liking it. I don't even think I've necessarily told her this before because she's been doing keto for what, 3 years now?
I'm in my 3rd year.
I have the information, obviously. Like, I've heard her talk about it numerous times. I watch her YouTube videos. Like, I have the information. There's just never really been anything that has like kicked me into gear to like really want to eat better, because I'm young and I've always been able to eat whatever I want and stay skinny. And I've always been healthy. I've just never had a reason to like really feel the need to change my eating habits.
But one of the things that they mention in this book, and Mike and I talked about it when we read The Case Against Sugar, was the fact that if you have gestational diabetes and you have other issues while you're pregnant, there's a really good chance that you're going to pass that on to your children. You really have to be aware of it. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen 100%, but your odds do go up. If you have gestational diabetes while you're pregnant, there's a high chance that your children are going to have issues with sugar and being overweight. So, you know, just for her to read this information, maybe even from another source and not her mom, you know, sometimes.
Well, and that's what I was going to say is like, I feel like now putting it into this perspective where like, it's not just affecting me anymore. It's going to affect our future family. And like, obviously you guys don't know me at all, but like Zach and I, my fiance and I, want to have a family so bad it's not even funny. And the thought of there being issues or complications because I didn't take care of myself, I can't even stand the thought of it.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like for me, this is almost maybe the nudge that I needed to really start taking my health in general more seriously, but especially like nutrition wise.
Right.
So
we were just talking about it tonight and I thought that we would mention that. My husband is out of town. You guys know Mike left to go on a golf trip and Mary's fiance is with him. They went together. So it's just the two of us. And this is the 3rd golf trip that Mike has gone on where I have been living the ketogenic lifestyle. But do you want to tell them real quickly, Mary, what we used to do when Dad would go away on a golf trip?
So, before Family Video shut its doors, I feel old saying that, we would take a little trip over to Family Video and rent like about a bajillion movies that we could never make it through if we wanted. And then we would we'd
pull all-nighters like trying to stay up to watch them.
Yeah, and then we would go to Walmart, go up and down the snack aisle, and just anything that sounded good. Anything.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That looks good. That looks good. Anything you had ever...
I mean, we couldn't eat it in 10 weekends if we wanted to. There was so much food.
We even, like, blew up an air mattress and put it in the living room. We had no reason except to get up to go pee to, like, leave the living room. I did say earlier we would get up to go get ice cream. We would have to go to the freezer. That's about it. Everything was right here. We'd set up a table or TV trays and just, like, pile everything on it and literally just have a weekend of binge eating food and binge watching shows, and it was like the laziest weekend you can imagine.
No, I have to work this whole weekend, so
yeah, and so did I worked till 8 tonight, so, and then of course, you know, we've talked about this before, you know, I had to stop a couple times today to go help Grandma and Grandpa, so that's about it. Just, we were talking about it. I thought maybe I'd let her share that a little bit, and I had mentioned the binge weekends, and I'm sure she's never gonna forget that. So
was that the question?
Yeah, the question was, what did we do before when the guys would go away on their golf trip? And because it's a lot different. I mean, I stayed up late last night meal prepping so I would have good food all weekend long, and that's a far cry from what we used to do. So,
and I'm staying up reading this book because it's so good.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the next segment. Hey, guys. Happy Saturday. I mentioned this previously in this vlog, so I just wanted to show you. I am sitting outside and I'm soaking up the vitamin D. I'm out a little bit later today than I had hoped. I usually try to get out in the morning before it gets super hot, but I had some errands to run today and I had to help my mother-in-law. so I'm just behind schedule. So it's actually like the hottest part of the day. It's like noon right now. I am all set. I have my electrolytes on hand. I have some Redmond lemon lime electrolytes. This is just a reminder that as we get into these summer months and the heat, that you need to stay hydrated. So if you need to order yourself some electrolytes, if you need to get yourself some Redmond, use the link down below and that will get you 15% off. I'll see you guys in a little bit when I have my lunch. So I just got out of the shower and I haven't even done my hair yet because it is hot, hot, hot in this house. Before Mike left, we realized that the air conditioner wasn't working. We had checked the weather and it was supposed to get really warm, like up into the 90s. He had turned it on and it was blowing out, but the air wasn't cold. So we don't know if we need to have it charged or whatever. So right now our air isn't working. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do with my hair because it is warm in this house. But I just wanted to show you guys very quickly what I'm eating. Now, let me preface this by saying this might seem like a lot of food, but I am doing Omad today. This is my first meal and I want to be comfortably stuffed before I go to this party because I don't want to be tempted to go off plan or eat anything that's there. And as a matter of fact, when I'm done eating this, I might make myself a creamy before I leave and have some of that. And then that way I won't even be tempted by the cake or cupcakes or whatever else they're having. So just let me show you this real quick. I made deviled eggs, which came out a little bit runny because I think I added a little bit too much vinegar. It just came pouring out. And I used Hungry Heat's Texas 5 Spice on top. I sprinkled a little bit of that on and added a jalapeno. So these are spicy deviled eggs, which I'm looking forward to. I have bacon if I want to have a couple pieces of that. I have 3 hamburgers that I have pre-cooked, but I just warmed them up. And I added Redmond smoked salt to that. And I also added some of this Redmond Red Rock barbecue real salt as well. I haven't tried this yet, so this will be a first. I also have my fat coffee, which I made iced. I made it a little bit bougie today. I added an Element chocolate salt. I added some heavy cream. I added my collagen, and then I also put some caramel sugar-free syrup in there. So that's gonna be yummy. And I will take my vitamins when I eat. Okay, here's an update, guys. Still working on my food. I ate most of my hamburgers. There's a tiny bit left. Most of my deviled eggs. Sorry, the lighting in here is bad. But I am stuffed. I think I ate 1 piece of bacon and that was all I could get down. And there's no creamy happening right now. I took a sip of my coffee and it's super sweet, so that's almost like a dessert. If I want the creamy tonight when I get back from the party, I will go ahead and make that. And if I do, I will show it to you guys. So I just left the birthday party and it was a huge success, not only for my best friend's mom, but also I stayed on plan. So that's a big success. That's a big win. Did not eat anything, just drank water. So that's a win. I am not even hungry because of all the food that I ate before the party. So I probably won't have anything tonight and it'll be like a true Omad day. And maybe I'll have that keto chow creamy tomorrow. That sounds like it will be a good idea. I can have ice cream for breakfast, right? I'm a grown up. I'm allowed to do that. Happy Sunday, everyone. I just came in from sitting outside and I'm going to break my fast. I'm just going to have some bacon. And they had this chicken at the party yesterday and I didn't have any because I didn't eat anything. But I did get a to-go container and brought some home. So I'm going to have some of that. Guys, I'm finally having my creamy. It's apple pie with chunky peanut butter. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Thank you to Queens Go Keto. I am here at Target and I am going to try to shop for a swimsuit. We are going to the Outer Banks in July with a group of friends and I haven't bought a new swimsuit in a couple years and I haven't bought a 2-piece swimsuit in probably over 30 years. I usually wear, when I'm out in public, like the beach or the pool, I wear like swim shorts and a tank, it's a swimsuit, but a tank top, and it comes way down. So there's no belly showing at all. When I sit out at home just to like get my vitamin D, I do have a 2-piece. It's like a tube top and bottoms. They suggest that when you are sitting out and trying to get vitamin D that you expose as much skin as possible. Obviously, I'm not going to sit out in the nude. So I have like a 2-piece, but nobody sees me in that except Mike. So that's fine. But out in public, I haven't worn like a 2-piece swimsuit in ages, before I had kids. Probably since I was in middle school, to be honest with you, because I've always felt like I was overweight and always trying to like cover myself up. I don't like to wear regular swimsuit bottoms for 2 reasons. One, I have a lot of stretch marks from having children, and I have loose skin, especially between like my thighs, the upper part of my thighs, and I have a very flat butt. So if I wear regular swimsuit bottoms, they sag in the butt and it like looks like I pooped my pants is what it looks like. It's terrible. So I will either wear like swim shorts or I will wear a skirt, but something that like covers my actual butt. So wish me luck. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to see if I can find something that will somewhat cover my stretch marks. I've kind of gotten over like trying to completely hide them. I am 50 years old and I am not going to have a perfect 20-year-old body. I never had that body because, again, I've been overweight forever. But I'm not going to have that. And so I'm just going to try to embrace the body that I have and find something that I feel comfortable in. And I will let you guys know if I find something. The first suit I tried on was this olive green, which I really liked the color, but the skirt didn't come in anything smaller than a large, and it was way too big. As you can see, I pull it out in the back, and then I'm afraid if it gets wet, the sucker's just falling off. The top had wire underneath and just was not comfortable. So then I just switched out the skirt, the same style, only in a black color and in a medium, and it did fit a lot better. I still wasn't super happy with the fact that it didn't come up high enough. I kind of want something that comes over my belly button. The next top I put on was this orange, and I really love the color, but the style didn't suit me at all. The straps were too skinny and just cut into my skin, and actually my fat rolls would just hang over it. I changed out the top for another style and left the bottoms, and I liked this one. It was a contender for sure. So I changed into a more traditional skirt style bottom, and I just didn't really like the ruffle or the flow of this one, but I really like this top a lot. I liked this 2-piece set. I liked the color of it. I liked how it fit. I just didn't think that the top was as flattering as the striped one I had on previously. So I went back to the striped top and just put it on with the plain black bottoms. Again, the bottoms just didn't come up high enough for me. So I was just going to buy the top and call it a day and worry about finding bottoms later when I happened to go through the activewear, the ladies' exercise clothes, and I found these skirts that are made out of the same material as swimsuits, and they have shorts underneath. I liked the orange a lot. It matched perfectly. Here it is with white. And of course, classic black. I just feel like black is so slimming. The reason I came to Target was because I was doing a DoorDash here the other day, and I saw a really cute, what I thought was a swimsuit on a mannequin. I'll insert the picture that I took. And so I came in here today and I'm looking around and I don't see it. And so I go up to one of the clerks and I'm like, can you tell me where that swimsuit is? And she looks at it, she goes, that's not a swimsuit, that's an outfit. And I was like, oh. And I went and looked at it closer. Of course, there's no lining or anything in it. So that was completely off the table today. What I ended up getting was this top. I just really like it because of this at the bottom, because I feel like when the swimsuit top stops right here, there's always a chance I'm gonna fall out of the bottom of it. And then I ended up just getting the orange bottoms to go with it. And these, although I found them in the athletic section, are the same material as swimsuits, and they have the shorts underneath. So I think it'll work. Thanks so much, guys, for coming along with me. Sorry I had to do a voiceover in the swimsuit department. There were a ton of people in there and there were kids screaming, people trying clothes on. Their kids were like running around. It was crazy. So yeah, I just bought a 2-piece swimsuit for the first time in over 30 years. Good morning, everyone. Today's the day. It's Monday morning. I just woke up and I'm gonna be stepping on the scale. Just a quick reminder that when I weighed in at the beginning of May, I was at 174.2. $173 on the nose. So that means I have a 1.2 loss for the whole month of May. Actually, it's been more than a month. I'll take it. It's not a game. So that's it for this video, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here so that I can get this edited. I'm headed out to help my mother-in-law and to work for the day. Just very quickly though, I wanna give you an update on Mike's weight, just in case any of you were curious. He started off, before he left this weekend, at 155, which was about a 2.8 pound loss since the beginning of May. He weighed in this morning and he was back up a little bit. He was up about 1.4 pounds. I think he said his weigh-in was 156.4. Now that the golf weekend is over, I'm sure he'll be getting back on track because he came home and he did not feel good. Again, Mike doesn't really need to do keto to lose weight. He definitely lives this lifestyle probably 80% of the time, mostly just to feel better and for the health benefits. So when he goes off plan, he definitely does not feel good. Thanks so much, guys, for joining me for this vlog. I know that there was a lot of stuff in here and I'm not even sure how long this is going to end up being. It might be a little bit long, and if so, I apologize, but I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, guys. Bye.